YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Koff. You're back with another video on the channel. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys not only my warm-up routine, but my get better routine. These things are two completely different things, and let me explain to you what I'm trying to say. So a get better routine is essentially where you play the game to get better. Not to just warm up, not to just, get to a point where you can play the game. A warm-up routine is where you hop on and you warm up for 20 minutes to then play the game. They are two completely different things, and I will show you guys both of them on the road to my path to pro. Obviously, this is the first episode. I'm not going to be showing you guys shit if I'm not trying to go pro too. So, we are in Raiders practice map V5. This is the best and the only map that you probably need unless you try to need to do some crazy shit with your fucking mechs. I have no idea. Obviously, you're going to need like a fighting map too eventually, but this map is the only map that you will need for any of your get better or warm-up needs. Alright, so the first thing that I always like to start off when I'm doing my warm-up routine, we're obviously be talking about a warm-up routine first, because honestly, if I'm going to try to get better, I need to be warm too. So I'm doing this warm-up routine before I hop on every single day. The first thing I do when I hop on is I come into the edit map. And the edit map, just honestly, I don't need to work on my edits like that much. Like I do definitely, because like I think that at this point, being on keyboard for a month, I have to work on everything. But it's mostly for my movement, to get my movement right, and to get my fingers right. I mean, like, my fingers do not perform well, especially when I haven't played in a day. So it's about getting all this, all my fingers back, my muscle memory back, and my muscle memory is still screwed up from being on controller for 8 years. So, it's about getting all that stuff ready. So we start off with an edit course, and we do this for about 5 minutes. About 5 minutes. One thing that I do want you guys to understand is none of this is set in stone. None of this absolutely is set in stone at all. If you have 30 minutes to warm up, take 30 minutes to warm up. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Do what you feel is best. But for me, I'm usually running that for 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how shitty or how good I feel that day. Then I hop right into free build. And free build just kind of gets not only my fingers warm, because we just did that, but it also gets my brain into the position to where I'm now placing builds and editing builds, because I was just on controller about a month ago. So for me, like, everything is different. Editing is completely different, because instead of having to hold down the button to edit, you have to now just let it go, which is so weird for me. Not to mention the building, you have to hold a button, like obviously you're holding your mouse button and your left fucking clicker button, I don't even know what the fuck it's called. You're holding that to place your builds, and then you're just moving your fingers to place other builds. Like, it's just so weird to me, and it's definitely has been a major problem for me building and editing. It's not necessarily like the placing it's the finger speed and the actual mental muscle memory of me learning how to place these things that I still struggle with, and I probably will struggle with for a couple months. Alright, so after doing that for a good amount of time, you're doing that from like, that's 7 to 10 minutes. So now you're looking at, you got 5 to 10 minutes left. Now, what the hell would you do for 5 to 10 minutes? Alright, so this extra 5 to 10 minutes can be spent in a multitude of ways, and I don't think that any one is worse than the other one. So you have the aim tile. If you are bad at your aim and you're kind of warming up for a tournament, I would probably recommend this. Doing the surge tags or the aim 1v1 duo or the shotgun react. I mean, those are they're pretty self-explanatory. I don't think I'm going to show you guys this, because this video will be 55 minutes long, and nobody wants that because I'm not that interesting. I'm interesting, but not that interesting. So I would either hop into the aim, if kind of that's something that you think you need to warm up, or not, whatever necessarily. or you can hop into the piece. I mean, obviously the piece is pretty self-explanatory. You know, you're gonna come in here and shit on a piece spot. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory, right? So, you know, there's 25 of these rounds, and they're great as far as I'm concerned. And the last thing that I would hop into is I would waltz my little cute butt over here and go bang and right into this. Mechanics 1v1, duos, box fight, whatever. You could hop into a 1v1 or into a headshot box fight just to get your fighting warmed up too. And not to mention, I'm saying that this is if you have 20 minutes. If you have 30 minutes or 40 minutes to warm up, then I would do this. The thing with warming up is it is completely when you're ready to play. So it could be after a free build. After free build, they're like, shit, I feel so good today, I'm gonna go. So it could be anywhere from 5 minutes to an hour, depending on how much you want to warm up. So if you want to warm up your piece, your edits, your aim, and your comp, and your free build, I mean, go for it. Comp is kind of not as self-explanatory. I mean, you got piece control, piece fire practice, peak training, clutch practice, free build practice. This comes into play when I do explain the other routine. Alright, so notice how we are still in the same map for my improvement routine. Like, notice how we're still in the same map. How funny is that? It's almost like this map is the GOAT. Raiders V5 practice map is the GOAT. I showed you the warm-up routine. I want to do the warm-up routine before I start doing the actual routine of getting better. So obviously everybody's routine of getting better, it looks completely different. If you suck at aiming, then focus mostly on aim. If you suck at building, then focus mostly on building. But I'm going to show you guys what I do to try to improve every single day. So piece, that's the first thing I hop into after the warm-up routine, right? We warm up, we get good, we get warm, so we can now be at a peak to then make our peak bigger, if that makes any sense. So every single time I'm in one of these Raiders piece control things, I am instantly hopping in every single one, and doing 5 each. I'm doing 5 each. It's nothing crazy strenuous. It's just, you know, you're doing 5 each. It's not like anything like super crazy. It's a lot. It takes like about 15 minutes, but you are seeing every situation of piece. And honestly, piece is one of those things where if you can get good at piece control and you can start piecing motherfuckers up from anywhere, you will literally never die. Because if you can take good angles and good peaks, you will never die. Just because you're able to piece good motherfuckers up. But I mean, that's gonna take, you know, months of doing Raiders piece control. You ain't gonna be able to do that shit in a day. But even you see me, like I'm taking terrible peaks right now, and that can't be a thing. If you're going to take terrible peaks, you're going to get pumped in the face by decent players. It's just how it's going to go. So I do every single one of these 5 times. And if it doesn't feel good, I do it 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. But if it feels good, then I only do it 5 times. And then we hop on to the next one. I do every single one. And I put that on my mama. On my mama, I do every single one. Pretty much every single day. So after you've done that, now it comes down to comp. I hop into comp because comp is genuinely one of those ones where it's like, it's actually, you would be surprised. So I usually do edit training for a very small amount of time. Like I don't have the what do you call it, attention span to do this for a long time. I maybe do this for like 2 minutes just to get it a little bit better every day, because I'm not sitting in here for an hour and a half, sorry, trying to do this. Maybe it probably would help if I did, but I don't have that attention span. So I always hop in here, do this for about 2 minutes. Now this comp tab is super underrated. Now you're doing a pre-fire practice. Now these pre-fires are, you know, super good. I mean, if you can pre-fire people, pre-firing is one of the most underrated talents in Fortnite. So if you can be able to pre-fire these motherfuckers all the time, then this is an insane thing to be good at. Another one, peak training, or sorry, yes, peak training. Peak training is a really good one too. You know, you just have these little bots that are running around and just peak train. I think there are better maps for peak training, because like there are ones that actually like if you do mess up, it actually tells you, like, and it damages you. This one doesn't, unfortunately, but there are ones that do that. So if you want one that actually does do that, then I'm sure you could probably find it. But this one works just fine for your boy. And to finish it off, I always end with headshot box fights. I mean, like, this is just like kind of putting all the things that we just practiced in together. You can only hit headshots. I like hit you. Oops, I just went back. But I went to go switch to my AR. I don't have an AR. But anyway, that is that. So that is your comp tab. Now, obviously, I'm going to hop into aim too, because aim is huge on keyboard. So on keyboard, I'm not even going to show you guys this, because this is like one of those things where you know what you need to do. So every time I hop in here, we're going 1v1 aim duel always. We're going shotgun react always. Surge tags always. Glider tracking always. Reaction flick always. And I feel like there's one on box fight aim always. Alright. So we're always doing those every single time we're getting in here. And genuinely, after you do this, you feel so fucking spicy. It is unbelievable. And then if I am still trying to get better, I will usually go into a plethora of different, like, 1v1s. Like, box fight 1v1s. Whatever this 1v1 is, a headshot or a mechanics 1v1. I'll go into reels, and I will also go into zone wars just to try to get everything dialed in. But that is pretty much not only the difference between a warm-up routine and a get better routine, it's also how I do myself. So if you guys want to see more videos like this, let me know down in the comments, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.